You know, it's situations like this that make people wonder why men don't want to get married in the first place. Situations like this. In which, fellas, y'all see the title of tonight's video. We got ourselves a woman who wants to leave her husband to get with her ex, even though her ex is not only in a relationship with another woman, but he has a child on the way with that said woman. Now, I've seen this before. And from my point of view, it seems that she only came on this show thinking that everyone will validate her decision. Well, apparently nobody validated her decision. Especially not only the host, the guest, but also the audience as well. Surprise, surprise. And before I go any further, shout out to the Poor Man Podcast. I'll leave the link to the full uninterrupted video in the comment section. Go check it out. But this is going to be a trip right here, fellas. Enough of me babbling. Let's get down to business, shall we?
What do you do when you have fell out of love with your husband for not providing and have fallen back in love with your ex, who is currently...
Your ex who what?
Who is currently having a baby, but is willing to risk it all.
I think that this is the reason why a lot of men don't want to get married.
Facts!
How long? Okay, I understand that.
Till death do you fucking part!
Yeah.
Till death do you part! Till death do you part!
For the slow people in the back!
Of this video on social media, and what is going on in Atlanta?
What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Jade, and my question is, what do you do when you have fell out of love with your husband for not providing and have fallen back in love with your ex, who is currently...
Crazy.
Who what?
Who is currently having a baby, but is willing to risk it all.
So dumb. He's not risking anything. She's the one that's risking it all because she's the one that's married. He's not leaving his new baby and his girlfriend for this woman that he was already with and it didn't work out already. He's not...
Absolutely not. Crazy, crazy, shit crazy. Crazy, crazy, shit crazy. So what she wants is to leave her husband to get back with her ex, who is now not only in a relationship himself, but is now about to start a family. So basically, she wants to break a family up because of her own selfish needs. God damn it, you can't make this shit up.
Doing that. He's just pillow talking, telling her what she wants to hear so he can keep getting what he wants. The amount of lack of self-awareness in this video is insane. How in the world do you think that it's a good idea? What human being with the brain thinks that it's a good idea to go in front of a live audience of people and essentially admit that you've been having an affair with your ex-boyfriend who has a baby on the way? The lack of self-awareness. And this is why I tell people, bro, as humans, we have this thing with empathy where we want to show people empathy and listen to their sob stories. But usually, when you see somebody in a situation, it's not because life is just happening to them. Usually, it's a collection of the decisions that they made that put them in the position that they're in. And you can see it in stories like this. She knows that this is not the right idea.
Straight up. You want to feel sorry for them, but when you listen to them enough to where they explain to where they explain their situation, then it gets down to a point to where, how can I feel sorry for this person when they themselves are trying to put themselves in such an awkward situation? Let's continue.
Went to an audience in front of a bunch of single women where she thought that she was going to get pats on the back from other women that are in other situations that might feel empathy for her. And even those women are like, bro, you sound insane. There are just some people who love chaos in their lives, and we have to accept that as human beings. And that's why I'm always
straight up. They love chaos. They love chaos, and then want to turn around and try to seek validation for that chaos. Ma'am, you will get none here. But let's continue.
Selective when I give out empathy, because I found in my life that most of the time people are in the position that they're in, it's because of their decisions, usually.
He's ready to risk it all. Okay, so just so I'm clear, what do you do when you fell out of love with your husband because he's not providing, but your ex, it came back? He's in a relationship, right?
Yes,
And the person he's in a relationship with is pregnant.
correct.
Is he married? Okay, he's not married. And he's ready to risk it all to be back with this woman. That's not you. Okay. Mike, what's up? I'm going to be quick.
Such a dummy.
You leave here, go to Maury. The fuck?
Okay. Is there any world where she should entertain this ex who Hold on.
Yeah, she should entertain him. She's already entertained him. It's over.
Yep.
If I was the husband, I would be using this as evidence. I'd be giving this to a lawyer, and I'd be finalizing the divorce. She's already made her decision. She just wants to go to a place where she feels like she's going to be validated for the decision that she's already made.
Yes. Let her go. She's already made her decision on that. Back to the streets she goes. Let's continue.
She's already made her decision. She just wants the approval of everybody to say that it was a good decision. And she's not going to get it because nobody would say this is a good decision. This is insane.
Kitty, did you have a... Why was she... let me ask you something. Your marriage is not over. Why are you entertaining
it? It's over.
It is over.
Me and my husband is currently separated.
You're still
it's over.
To this
But
man.
I am currently still married.
Without your husband being a reason. Why are you entertaining the sex?
So that's why I'm here.
I mean, I'm just.
She needs to figure out what to do.
We're not finna. Her question wasn't why she entertaining him.
Well, this is the thing. Okay, so let me just say this. I realized that I wasn't fully over my ex in the process of being with my husband.
But you.
So she's more than willing. So she is more than willing to tear up the ex's family because of her own selfish needs. This is what I'm hearing. I mean, there's no other way to explain this selfish behavior. So she expects her ex to leave the woman he's with and the child to be with her, even though she herself is still married. And you got retarded fucks on social media who sit back and they wonder why men are not getting married in these days and times. Oh, because I haven't gotten over my ex. Then why the fuck did you even get married to begin with if you're not over your ex, ma'am? That retarded fuck shit makes no sense whatsoever. Let's continue.
To marry your husband.
So I did, but this was not. I wasn't okay. So when I left my ex,
You see how you can't negate the fact that you chose to marry your husband.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay. You made a conscious decision
I
to
did.
wed this man, right?
I did.
Okay. There are certain problems that you can work through.
So basically, she wanted to be with her husband because she thought that he was the safe option, and then when he fell on hard times and wasn't the safe option no more because he couldn't provide the same, she went back to the same types of guys that didn't work in the past. Basically, that's what I'm hearing.
There are certain things that you must work through.
Okay.
You just said about provision. That's something that you truly can work through. A lot of times people will throw their marriages away for something that is truly temporary. And then years later, you will live with that regret.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it is something that you can work through.
Oh yeah, and also too, anybody who knows about business, especially if you're a man and you have people that you have to provide for, you know that there are ups and downs and ebbs and flows. But if you're the type of man that can get yourself into a certain position of success, best believe that even though I'm going through hard times right now, I'm gonna find out who really here for me. Because the people I was doing stuff for when I was at the top, when I need help and they're not able to do nothing for me no more, best believe that when I get back to the position that I was in, and I am going to get back to that position because that's the type of person that I am, it's going to get the cold. A lot of people going to get the cold shoulder. So this guy is just on hard times. If he was already a productive guy in the past, he's going to go back to being a productive guy. He's just on hard times. And when you in those...
Straight up. and every man has that moment. When they fall on hard times, but they soon recover. So by the looks of things, because because her husband is falling on hard times, she's ready to call it quits. She's ready to call it quits because he's on hard times. So at this point, I can't help but to look at her as a straight up quitter. She's a quitter. She's ready to give up. Again, okay. Why even get married? Why even get married to begin with? If you could give up so fucking easily. And a lot of married people fell into hard times. But guess what? They stuck with each other through and through. Nowadays, when somebody hits hard times, everybody's ready to call it quits. Especially in a situation where the man is falling on hard times and his wife is ready to give up the marriage. And again, they wonder why these men don't want to get married. Let's continue.
Those hard times, you gonna find out. What do they be saying? They say when you in the dark, even your shadow abandons you, right? So it's like It's one of those situations where you find out who was just there for the resources and who was actually there for you. Like what happened to the marriages from shows like Good Times, where things was hard. You had to bring out the candles because the lights, you couldn't afford the light bill as much. Times was hard. Hand-me-downs, stitching up clothes, having to go up to the thrift shop, whatever you got to do to get by because you value your marriage. Whatever happened, it's like nowadays it seems like things are so transactional. Like the richer or for poorer part in the vows that you're making, like actual vows, you're vowing in front of, from my belief, God, your family, and the person that you claim to love, that for richer or for poorer, till death do you part. And it's just like people don't even understand the things that they're saying when they're actually making vows nowadays. It's crazy. Luckily for him, though, he has like plenty of evidence. She's literally speaking into a microphone, so a literal wire. And he could just give this to a lawyer, kick her to the curb, and just watch her ruin her life over the next 10 years.
We can't be mishandling.
Let her go.
You can't do that. This is someone that you have literally said that I would die to myself to make sure that I uphold this covenant that I have with you. Why would you throw something away for something that's temporary? This dude not even yours. He got a baby on the way with somebody else. You don't see enough value in yourself. You gonna look for it in somebody else? What, because you mad? That's why we don't marry based on feelings. It's certain things that you should have known in the vetting process about your husband. Because if he truly was not provisional, you would have seen it early on.
Yeah.
And
that's not something that you miss. So,
straight up. By the end of the day, she made a permanent decision by marrying that man based off her own temporary feelings. And as that Stoic saying goes, never make a permanent decision based on temporary feelings. And look where it led her. Let's continue.
If you still chose to marry that man, it's not just on him, but you led with the blame on him not being provisional, but it was you not being the right selection. When it came to that, you didn't make the right selection.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I just assumed that he was already provisional. I guess she never answered that. But I just assumed that he was providing before, because if providing meant so much to you to the point that you was going to get a divorce over it, you knew that before you got married in the first place. But nowadays, there are just a lot of people who value the wedding more than they value the marriage. They know what the wedding is supposed to look like, but they don't even understand what the marriage is supposed to be about. And it seems like she actually loves the ex more than she loves the guy that she's with now, because she's willing to go through more trials and tribulations to get to the ex than she is to be with the husband. It crazy.
You didn't.
Shit crazy, isn't it? But then again, you got people out here that will get married just for the moment. Just for the moment. Just for the ceremony. But after the reception, the gifts, the food, all that die out, they ready to separate. And yes, fellas, you'd be surprised how some of this. You'd be surprised how short-lived some of these marriages become. But let's continue.
That right. This is what my issue is. It be some inner issues that people have that they don't want to address. One thing I know about marriage is it is a mirror. And you will see the worst parts of you and you'll try to run from it. And then you'll blame your spouse. It's not just about him not being provisional. If that was the case, you would have said, you know what, let me leave you first. But you chose to go back to something else. So what's the real issue? You tried to find value in somebody, because sometimes women go to something that's temporary to make you feel valuable. Mm-hmm. That's what it sounds like she doing.
She's addicted to eggplant. That's what it is. She is dickmatized. That's what it is.
Sounds like the husband was the safe choice.
Yeah, that's what
right.
And so,
right.
Okay, and so that's correct. But this is the thing. I'm learning that now. It wasn't something that I knew then.
Okay, so
I understand that. I'm willing to say, okay, yeah, that's what's going on. But in the process of that, now, it's 2 years, 3 years later.
Please, ma'am, continue to tell on yourself in this situation. Let's continue.
Peter, you get what I'm saying? Like, I haven't talked to him in 3 years. It's been 3 years. So, I mean, it's...
Yeah, okay. Do we got any other opinions from this side of the panel?
Yeah, I think that this is the reason why a lot of men don't want to get married.
Facts.
Bro, facts.
I think
That's
that
crazy.
some men...
Hard facts. This is one of the many reasons why men don't want to get married in these days and times. Let's continue.
Have unrealistic pressure on them to stay on top forever.
Exactly.
That's not fucking reality. Reality is it's going to be ebbs and flows.
Right.
It's going to be times where I'm up. It's going to be times where I'm down.
That's business.
But the difference is
That's
when
life.
you got a woman who really loves you and a woman who really give a damn about you, she not walking on those down moments.
Yeah.
She gonna try to work to build you up and pour into you. Baby, you got this. Nah, baby, maybe you need to think about this career. Baby, let's try this. Let's figure this out. Let's work this. Wait.
Yeah, she never loved him. She just loved that he could provide.
Wait a minute. Let him finish.
What we signing up for. And I think that some people are so fascinated with the finish line that it don't matter to them who running the race. And that's what it sounds like to me, right? Because I'm fascinated by the idea of marriage, but I don't necessarily know what I'm signing up for. I don't know the sacrifices that's necessary. I don't know how much that I may have to bend, how much I may have to go without while we trying to build this shit up to where we need to be. So in my opinion, if you don't get that understanding before you get into it, stay away from marriage completely.
Facts.
I get that. This is my second marriage, by the way.
Second, okay.
Oh, yeah, she's cooked.
Before we go deeper.
Okay.
She is so cooked. She is so cooked. This is her second marriage? and she's looking for a second divorce? Fellas, I said this before, and I'm going to continue on saying it. Some of these women are unmarriageable, especially if they have a track record of marriage to divorce. She is now on her second marriage, now trying to seek a second divorce. Do I need to go any further? Let's continue.
I'm starting to think that this has to be scripted. Like, there's just no way you could be this dumb. There's just no way. I think that these shows, I've been to one of these shows before in Dallas. I went in there, I couldn't even move around without bumping into a single woman. I went because of Trill, the guy that's on the screen right here with the red hat. I went because of him. We've done some stuff in the past. He used to have a show called Cruise Season. I don't know if he still does it. I think he might be just touring with the Tonight Show now, or Tonight's Conversation. But either way, I've been to one of these shows before, and it's full of single women, and there is a huge incentive because they make a lot of money at these live shows. Some of them tickets are like 500 plus.
Damn.
So there's a huge incentive to have somebody who might be like an amateur actor come up there and tell like a story and give like, because I just can't believe that there would be somebody this dumb. I know it seems crazy, but this just seems like a level of dumb that it's almost even hard to believe, if that makes any sense. Hey guys, huge update for the Reaction Creator Academy course. I wanted to introduce you guys to the Reaction Creator.
Yes, I'm gonna quote Poor Man Podcast when he said, "Let the ads play." So we're gonna let the ads play here. And besides, this may be something some of you fellas could take interest in.
Academy viral title engine. I've combined a bunch of data on my most successful titles and the most successful titles on other reaction and major commentary channels. With that data, you can now optimize any title that you put into the viral title engine. So we have 3 different modes here. First is CTR mode, second is CPM mode, and the third is balance mode. Just for the demonstration, I'm going to click CTR mode. Then I'm going to use a title that I've already used in the past, and this title is Steroids Are Aging Gen Z Men Like Milk. Then press send. Then voila. So not only does it rate the title that I originally gave it out of 10 in terms of CTR, CPM, and virality, but it also gives you 5 alternative titles that could be even better. And since I prioritize CTR, you'll notice that the CTR ratings out of 10 on all of these titles are significantly higher. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see that it also gives you the best overall title out of all of the recommended titles, and this best title was They Thought Steroids Would Make Them Attractive, Reality Hit Hard. And then as a bonus, it even gives you a 2-sentence answer as to why this title is better. If you are a person that's already bought the Reaction Creator Academy course, you now have access to this tool. And if you thought about buying the Reaction Creator Academy course, you will have access to this tool. As I said before, the Reaction Creator Academy course is something that once you buy it, you only have to have a one-time payment. I'm not going to charge you every month. And I'm going to continue to update it and give people new tools and new information as it comes. If you look at what I do and you think it's easy and you think you can do it too, you might be right. You just might not have the right tools. So learn how to turn social media moments into real money. I'll leave a link in the description down below.
Before we go deeper.
No, it is.
Before we go.
I am JD Miles. I am JD Miles, and I approved this ad. And yes, I also got it too. So expect some good titles from me as well. Again, shout out to Poor Man Podcast for that. Let's continue.
Go deeper. All right, this is our second marriage. Do you think she should entertain the ex, or should she work on her marriage?
Marriage is over.
Straight up.
Yo, my bad. I would absolutely hate Look, I would absolutely hate to be your husband. Like, that's just wild work to me. Like, you're willing to leave your husband for another nigga that got a baby on the way.
That is
crazy
not
work.
no. Let me correct that. That is not why I'm leaving my husband. Okay,
Okay.
let me say no.
Then why are you leaving your husband for, ma'am? Because what you're saying makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Let me
Okay, go
just
ahead.
no. I need to say that. That is not why I'm leaving my husband. That is not why I'm leaving my
You
husband.
know what, let me-
I had made no.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yeah, it
you
is.
Put it like this. Like you want to.
Yeah, I actually think that she wants to leave her husband because she wants to be with the ex, and the provision part is just something that justifies it. I think that there are a lot of ladies who get with really good guys and they treat them horribly, and they know that they're good guys, so they don't want to leave them, and they know that everybody would know that they're leaving a good guy, so they either treat the guy poorly until he just like can't take it anymore, and he gives them a reason to leave them, or they look for any reason to leave the guy. And I think that this is just a case where she was just looking for any reason to get out of it. I don't think that she ever even cared about the marriage. I think she's always liked this other guy more.
Go ahead.
And generally
And this is further proof why these men don't want to get married.
speaking, when women get to this level of cheating, like to the point where you're going on to a live show talking about it, you've been disrespectful for a while. The disrespect didn't just start with you going to the front of this show talking about the situation that's going on. You've been disrespectful. There's been a building up of the disrespect because you've been getting comfortable with your ex, so you've been disrespecting the guy that you've been with, because that's generally speaking how it works. Usually you can see when stuff like this is going on by how the woman is treating her man. If she's extremely disrespectful to the guy, she probably already has like some type of plan B.
Get that off.
And to be honest, and yes, to these retarded fucks out here, I'm gonna sound like a complete asshole. In which I don't give a fuck. But somebody should take this and show it to her husband. No, take this, show it to her husband, and let her husband know how his wife really feels about the marriage. But that's just me. Let's continue.
Go ahead.
Before my ex came into the picture, me and my husband was already having issues. This was after we had separated.
Okay.
To where I did not leave I'm not leaving my husband for another man, is what I'm saying.
You leaving him
because
of his behaviors.
I want to get that understood.
Okay.
I did not leave.
Then why just divorce him and get it over with, ma'am? Why continue on with the bullshit? If he ain't doing right, and he's not doing what he's supposed to do, why not divorce him? Why just separate? Well, it's obvious because there's obviously got to be more to it if you don't want to end the marriage. After all, you are still married to him, but you're trying to see your ex on the side. Come on, baby. Stop being around the bush.
I did not
got
end the marriage or anything like that because of another man. What I left him for was because he was not able to provide for me.
Provide what?
With bills,
Look,
with
pissed.
anything, with food, with anything. I didn't leave him because
You don't look like you hungry. And I don't think like she's like a big one. Like I'm not making a joke about her being bigger than I don't think she's big either. I'm just saying you're not hungry, man.
I just found another man. This was something that has been going on for a year and a
Was he
half.
ever able to
A year and a
provide
half.
food?
That's a season.
So yes,
Yo, you
That's
took
a
some
season.
vows. You made a choice.
when we got together, he was providing. When we got together, I married him because he was able to provide. He was there to he was able.
Fuck out of here.
Okay.
You said a year and a half. Hold on, sweetie.
Okay.
All right,
My lady.
everybody look to your left, right, say shh, Lance.
My lady,
When
you took.
So he
You took
was
some
able to
vows.
provide.
yes, I did.
You said a year and a half. That's a season. That's a season. Like, you ain't even giving him a chance to overcome whatever he was going through. You supposed to help him through that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How long? Okay.
Yeah, like they're struggling financially. He's not providing, like they can't even get food. He's not providing food. They can't get it. And instead of like her door dashing and them just trying to figure this out, she's like spending $125 on tickets to go to some show to tell the world that she's gonna leave her husband for her ex-boyfriend. Crazy work.
Waste of money.
Priority. Wait, let me go back.
Overcome whatever he was going through. You supposed to help him through that.
So wait, she paid all that money to get on a show when she could have used that same money to help get their marriage off the ground. Make the retarded logic make sense. Let's continue.
You know what I'm saying?
So how long? Okay, I understand that.
Till death do you fucking part.
Thanks.
That's
long?
till death do you part.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Let me finish it.
And now that you want to leave him, we don't get that part.
Drop my goddamn phone.
Okay.
Look, so the thing about marriage, like, y'all gotta understand, this shit ain't no fairy tale all the time. Like, people want to check all these motherfucking boxes. Ain't nobody perfect. Everybody is working through something. Everybody on this goddamn panel is working through something. We're not perfect. We've been through some shit, so we can give you some advice. You know what I mean? If I can't relate to your situation, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna give you no advice. But look, we always look for that person, that perfect person to check all the boxes, and we wait until we're ready for marriage. You're never ready for marriage. You're never gonna be ready for marriage. You need to focus on marrying a person who's willing to do the fucking work, who's willing to grow with you. That's the important thing. Nobody's perfect. Like, the nigga's going through a season, or this year and a half, whatever he was going through, it's a season. Y'all supposed to lean on each other. I hate shit like this. You got to ask yourself a real question.
You, me, and everyone else.
Have you exhausted every possibility? Did you try everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, you took vows, man. Like, people, this shit is fucked up. Like, motherfuckers don't like, I love to work. I'm gonna die with my wife. I'm gonna make, if I fuck up, I'm gonna exhaust every possibility to make that shit right.
Yeah.
Like,
ooh, you was cooking. Lady
I'm
London.
sorry.
I'll leave off with this. I agree with everyone up on the panel, but I think you would be doing him a huge service by leaving him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Because you're horrible.
Thanks.
You haven't even married him. Not as a person, I don't know you as a person, but to have even married somebody out of convenience and out of obligation because you probably just wanted to be married or whatever the case may be. I think you guys should both go your separate ways so that you can find people who love you and who you love. Because marriage is bigger than the covenant that you made with him. It's a covenant that you made with God. You pledged your life in front of God and a bunch of ugly ass relatives and paid for them to eat. So that's the thing about getting married. You gotta honor that. You gotta live on that.
Yeah, I think that like with no fault divorce, it's kind of just turned marriage into a relationship, like a regular boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. But the guy just has all of the financial liability. I think that this happened early enough for maybe him to get out without any financial responsibility. If people want to use like irreparable differences to like get divorces, then that should like automatically mean that they can't leave with somebody else's stuff. I think if we're going to have no fault divorce be available and you could just leave a relation or marriage just because you just feel a certain way that day, they should at the very least make a rule around it where you can't take people's shit too.
So I think y'all should definitely
Straight
shift
up.
for the better. In addition to what all the other panelists said.
Can I just leave you? Because I'm going to say this. I want to provide a little bit more balance to this conversation because I agree with all the points.
Oh, no.
However, I'm going to speak to this.
Shut up,
Sometimes
Simp.
we punish the person.
Shut up, Simp.
that checks out second. Sometimes a man will check out of the relationship first and dare you to leave.
Boo. This guy stinks. Oh, brother.
Who is this Sim?
What is going on? This is an unnecessary. This is flag on the play. Unnecessary simping, bro. This is unnecessary simping. Brother's a simp. So what is he even talking about?
Simp Jitsu
I
master.
stopped trying. I quit inside this marriage. And I did that. I did not show up for you. And then now I force your hand to leave. And I guess what I'm saying is there's a space where that is a possibility here. No, hear me out.
Out of pocket.
The statistics say
Out of pocket simping. This is out of pocket.
Simping.
the overwhelming amount of divorces.
Statistics?
Put a disclaimer, Cam. Where you at? Oh, Cam is here.
You the calculator.
We're not the statistic police. I'm just telling you what I found on Google. But
Okay, he just made himself irrelevant. Oh, he got this shit off Google. Oh, he just made himself irrelevant with that one.
I think a lot of times women get chastised for leaving a relationship when a man mentally left first.
I just thought about it. This is the guy who does the show, right? So he makes a lot of the money from doing the shows. He's like the main guy of the show. And he makes a lot of money off of single women. So he has to always put in this caveat to pander to that audience of people. So really, this is probably just good business. Like, I'm judging this guy, but this is just good business on his part. I'm
He
assuming.
physically left first. He stopped trying, and then once she matches his energy, now we're looking at her sideways. I'm not saying, listen, I don't know what happened in their marriage. I just wanted to provide a little bit of balance because we went hard on her.
Based on the question she asked.
You know it's bad when the women aren't even clapping to the simping.
Strap.
If there's one, the women will clap like walruses to a good simp. And they didn't even clap for him, bro. That's how you know the simp is bad.
I know.
But hold on, but let me just add this point. Then we're gonna land and move on to the next. If you love someone based on conditions, when they do not meet those conditions, you are going to try to find a way out. If God loved us based on conditions,
Talk about it.
Talk that shit.
if
Talk
Jesus
that
would have
shit.
died on the cross based on conditions,
Okay.
Let her cook.
do you understand what I'm saying?
Let
The
her
Bible
cook.
is your handbook. It teaches you how to love one another unconditionally, not just based on how you feel. You have to make a decision to love someone. You may have moments to where you fall out of love, but you got to make that decision every day. Yes, it may be some moments where that person drops the ball, but if I chose to marry you and I chose to commit to you, I have a moral responsibility to show up, even in the moments where you are not good.
Absolutely.
We talking about, it may be some situational stuff. What if she go through menopause and then he just say, I don't love her no more, and I'm going to deal with my ex and stuff like that? We'll be beating him down
Yep.
for doing that
This is
based
true.
on conditions. So before people choose to get married, make sure that you're not a conditional lover because it is doomed to fail. That's the wrong foundation to create to begin with.
Yeah.
All right, clap it up.
Straight up.
Clap it up.
My biggest concern is not necessarily her, but it's that ripple effect that being in a relationship
Yeah.
can make happen.
There you go.
Because if she decides to go back to the ex, she's affecting her husband. She's affecting her ex. She's affecting her ex's baby mom who was pregnant with this guy's kid, and she's affecting that child.
Yep.
So your poor decision.
As we all said, just as we said, she's more than willing to wreck her ex-boyfriend's relationship. She's more than willing to wreck her ex-boyfriend's family, because after all, he's in a relationship and has a child on the way. She's more than willing to wreck all that shit because of her selfish reasons. Let's continue.
Is going to affect 5 other lives.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the woman. My frustration is all the other people that are going to get bled on because she's got a wound that she don't want to heal.
Yeah.
Facts.
Protect the innocent.
That's a great point.
Protect the innocent.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, brother, that marriage is over. I wish him well.
Yep, that's all you could do. That's all you could do. By the end of the day, she's more than willing to wreck all that up, to wreck shit up for her own selfish gain. And there's really not much else to say at this point. At this point, this whole entire shit is a fucking joke. Please believe that, and I mean that. And by the end of the day, why even get married if that's how you truly feel? And this is her second marriage, by the way. Why even bother? But I'm gonna stop babbling right here. Again, shout out to the Poor Man Podcast. If you want to watch this video uninterrupted in its full entirety, I'll leave the link in the comments section. Go check it out. Tell them JD Miles sent you. But that's all I got for tonight. I'm done and I'm out this bitch. Later.